magic touch. He's got perfect pitch, too. Ho, 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 ho. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Full Circus. My name is Tristan Sartoris. No, you're not watching the video in 2x speed. I'm just that excited and enthralled to be here with you today. However, I'm going to pause, okay? I'm going to try and slow it down a little bit, not because I don't think you deserve it, not because I don't want to, but I'm slowly breaking this microphone cord. I don't know if you can see that here. Zoom in, get real tight, or check out the second angle. That's right, guys. Oh, we got to fix my posture. So I get very excited, all right, when I get a new light or new camera setting or a fiddle, adjust the props, whatever it is, a second shot, or anything like that. I get very excited, and I put a lot of pressure on myself to deliver and have a nice, fun, improvised off-the-cuff show, which doesn't make a lot of sense because it's off the cuff, and if it were to not be on the cuff, then, well, it's stay off the cuff, and it's hard to, prepare anything off the cuff because it's off the cuff. Has he said off the cuff too many times? Run it back. But anyways, I started the show twice already. I only got like 15 seconds in, and I'm waving and I'm thrashing around, and I'm breaking stuff now. Okay, my enthusiasm for life is now becoming not only a damage and a danger to others, but to my wallet, and that is just unacceptable. At least until I get a backup, and then I can start, doing more. Because I'm fine to break things, but I'm not fine to break the only thing. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, guys, my biggest grievance is still all these cords. What the poop, dude? I love the word poop. I think it's so funny, dude. I've always been a big crap guy. Hold up. Odell Beckham Jr., deep cut. But I've always loved yelling the word crap. But poop is so funny, dude, because it's so harmless and it's so innocent. But to yell that with any sort of frustration, again, is so ridiculous. And that's why I love non-swearing words, because you put them in a hot, intensive moment. Okay, someone cuts you off of traffic and you're mad, dude, and you go poop. It's over. You don't get to be mad anymore because you just yelled poop alone in your car. And that's kind of my secret to success and how I try to stay pretty zen. Well, as zen as you can be while breaking everything that you own. But anyways, I just straightened out all these cords literally moments ago. And now they're all tangled again. There are some freaking Cub Scouts living in my walls. I know it. They come out as soon as I'm not looking. Is that the triangle knot? Can I get a badge? The only badge you get is lonely because you're banned. Get out. But it's a problem. And we accept it. What the poop? So anyways, guys, what's going on in my life? What's going on in your life? Feel free to write down below. Send in whatever you want. I want to hear about you guys. How are you doing? What are you dealing with? What are you facing? How can I help you? If I can, man, let's be honest. I'm going to extend the hand in friendship, and you go, I'm actually dealing with a lot of stuff. I go, get the freak out of here, dude. What? I don't know how to fix that, all right? I don't even have a proper working microphone for the time being. Hopefully. This thing might not even be recording for all I know. But in the meantime, this one? Okay. Sorry, new cameras. In the meantime, what's going on with me, man? Caffeine, dude. I have been dealing with this ongoing struggle and abusive relationship that is caffeine. And not one where I am winning. Now, don't get me wrong. I set out to abuse caffeine. That was the goal in hand, all right? I set out to take control and reach this upper level of Super Saiyan chaos that I get to achieve. And I already live at a natural high octane, okay? 93, baby. Premium. But, quick little recap, as growing up, I was never allowed to have caffeine, all right? And even now, my parents are like, does that Mountain Dew have caffeine? I'm like, I'm 26. But yes, it does. Swipe. But I would always see people have caffeine, and they have a coffee or a green tea, energy drink, energy pill, 5-hour, whatever. And they go, oh, I'm a little jittery. And seeing these grown adult and more mature people get kind of like childish, I don't know why I'm so hyper, seemed so interesting and enticing to me. So to go back to last fall, I was like, I'm going to try and take some energy drinks and reach, finally achieve, like, what is that? What could I be, And it completely backfired. It made me drowsy. It made me tired to the point where I ended up taking 4 a day, 1,000 milligrams plus, just to get back up to baseline. There was no positives, only lows, which I guess is what I get, okay, for trying to abuse even a natural substance. I still get kicked in the butt cheeks. So I've been trying to slowly wean off of it. Is that the word? Wean off? You wiener? Another funny word, dude. Call somebody a wiener in traffic. Get on the road, you wiener! So funny. So stupid. You can't be taken seriously. But anyways, so I've been trying to slowly wean her off of it, and I've gotten down to 1 a day, but I'm not feeling the absolute crash that I was when I tried to go from 4 to 0, even though I can. I have the strength, the resolute. I got the willpower, the discipline, don't get me wrong, but then I faced all sort of adrenaline cramps or some sort of stupid poop. But so I've been slowly getting off that, and I'm feeling like 25% drowsy. And that's been a problem because I also still have work, and I'm trying to exercise and take care of myself. And I'm combining that with melatonin because I'm trying to get better sleep for some reason. All right. I keep seeing people talk about all this. You got the better sleep you have, your life will change completely. And everyone's doing these sleep score things now. And I caught myself Googling that a couple days ago. I was looking up like the little sleep rings you get or the watches, and you can get a sleep score, track your sleep. It's all healthy. And I was looking into it, and then I felt embarrassed. Like I'm going to try. I don't know. I'm sure there's some merit to it, but the idea of waking up every morning and checking my phone. Whoa, am I tired? Did I get good sleep? I feel like I should be able to just go, did I get good sleep? What's my sleep score? I'm fine. Like I shouldn't need something to be like, you didn't do that good. I should already, I'm taking out the intuition of myself. I got to check, am I hungry? I felt stupid. I felt weird, so I couldn't do it. But all that to say, I'm still tired, and I'm still kind of out of it, man. I'm still trying to find my way in this world. So I'm down to 1 a day. We're getting there. And sometimes it's like the energy's like peaks and valleys, dude. So I don't know what I want to do with the energy drinks. I mean, I know I want to get off them. But hopefully then I can just resume a constant, steady state of awesomeness and not go back. All right. This has been like a 6 or 8 month long journey of stupid. All right. Where I've done nothing but lose money and break things, mostly the bank. And also, these cords, I break so much stuff. Speaking of which, I busted this chair, man. I'm so pissed about it. We'll get to that in a second because, oh my gosh. Because I have a quick little thing to cover about that. But I wanted to segue. I don't know what sound the segue makes. From the energy drink to an energy drink story. Okay. The reason I was even bringing that up in the first place was because of this. So, actually, this is a tale from the dollar store. The little segment we do here on the show. We're getting like new incoming listeners. And then I don't know if we always do enough to make them stay. Like sometimes we have a good episode where people go, this is really fun. Let me subscribe. Let me follow. And they come back and they go, it was more of a one-off. Seems like that was he had a good moment. So sometimes I do, again, not even with the freaking new cameras, but with new people that come in like, oh man, I gotta be on it. How do I match the last episode? But you can't match, you can't replicate insanity. Okay, it just is. But anyways, back to the dollar store story. I was getting my one energy drink, dude, and I had this guy. He was so adamant about keto come up to me. Okay, and oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, don't break it. Anyways, yeah, so this guy came up to me into the store. He was so, like, dead set on me trying keto. So I went to go grab this energy drink, and I walk back in line, just gonna go buy my little thing, and he comes up behind me and goes, you drink a lot of those? And I go, probably more than I would like to, yeah, but I don't want to really rely on it. He goes, okay, yeah, you know what you need? You need energy. I go, I know. And he goes, no, you need natural energy. I go, what? And so this guy immediately, man, a lot of people get upset. A lot of people get frustrated that people are intruding on their personal space or interrupting their day or causing more confusion. But I didn't do this and kind of like stay like over the shoulder, kind of talk to him. I full squared opened up. Let's engage. Okay. Because I knew this was going to be fun already. So to paint the picture. This is a bald man in flip-flops who's also holding 6 energy drinks and 2 bags of Funyuns. So he comes up to me, he says, you need that natural energy. I go, what? He says, keto. And I go, keto? Like the diet? He goes, oh, yeah. And he did that several times throughout the conversation. Oh, yeah. Like every time we were stumbling upon some new scientific research. He goes, let me tell you this, okay? I was doing keto 6 months. You eat nothing but pizza and chicken wings, guarantee you'll lose at least 5-10 pounds. I go, wow. Wait, 5-10 pounds in 6 months isn't that much. So I come back and I'm like, that's really cool. I was like, so you felt good eating like the chicken wings and just like fried food? Goes, oh yeah, dude, keto. And I go, how is that possible though? Because it's just kind of fried food. Wouldn't you feel drowsy? You didn't have any energy drinks? He goes, no, it's all about ketones. Okay, ketones. I go, yeah, I don't know what it is, but I'm just kind of yes-anding because I want to keep getting more information. And he goes on to something about when you deprive the body of carbs and you're living on all fat and greasy food, that your body naturally produces some ketones. It's all very exciting and sciencey. But he's like, dude, you got to get on keto because this energy drink is not, you're going to dip. It's not good enough for you. And I look down and I see the energy drinks. I'm like, oh, so do you still take energy drinks on keto? He goes, no, these are for someone else. I go, oh. So are Funyuns keto? He goes, they're on the border, but they're just enough fat that they make the cut. But you trust me, dude, you get on keto, it's going to change your life. I went from sleeping like 6 hours to 5 hours, still feeling exactly the same. And I wish that any of this was made up, but it was all so silly and fun. So the conversation ended with me feeling like I got all that I could out of it. And I wanted to get more, but it was my time to check out now. And, usually, like, I check out, and I'll say, hey, it was good talking to you, and then I'll dip. But the second that I put my stuff on the counter, he said, all right, see you later. But we're still standing next to each other. And I'm like, yeah, man. Poot, poot, poot. $3.79, you're going to be trained? Yeah, for sure. Tap to pay. Boop, 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 boop. He's still there. Okay. I'll see you, man. Like it's weird to say bye when you knew that I had at least 90 more seconds next to you. It's like when you say bye to somebody, you still walk and they parked right next to you. It was really nice talking to you. Oh, we're still going to the same place. But it was very nice, man. I was like, hey, I'm going to try out keto. He goes, you got to do it. Not going to, but I had so much fun. I love people that are passionate about things. And also, it's just weird to... come on, man. It's a freaking, like, I don't know if he was making some sort of commission off it. He had no plan. There was no sort of personal training or anything he was offering. He was an out-of-shape guy as well. Not that it's important unless, he said you only lose 5 or 10 pounds every 6 months. But he's living a pretty good life, and you can't beat him up for that, okay? I respect it. I love that. But I indulge in such a weird moment. Especially, dude, when the second register opened, he said, we can take next on lane 2. And there's no one else going, and I'm just like getting more information. Like, we could take next on lane 2, and the poor guy that's doing our line, he's like, they won't leave. I'm like, keto, continue, please talk about keto. So it was a good time for me. You gotta love the Dollar Tree, dude. You gotta love it. So much fun. I can't remember if there was anything else to talk about that. If there was, forgot it. Anyways, yeah, that's my biggest hurdle right now is still trying to get a grip on caffeine slightly. And, dude, here's my other gripe with life. I don't know if I brought this up in the podcast before, but for some reason, this place, when they deliver something, they want you to be there to sign for it. No matter how many times I write in the instructions or delivery, leave it at the door, it's fine. It's fine. Drop off. No sign. Whatever. Amazon, I'm checking all the boxes, all the special instructions. I'm calm. Leave it, please. Don't care if it gets stolen. They do not settle for that. So the UPS people only knock once, okay? Now, I'm in the bathroom or pretending to be productive somewhere else, and I hear the knock. Ding, ding, ding. And I run over there. Big place. So I'm sprinting for like half a minute. And then I get to the door, and he's gone. And he did, and then all I get, ding, ding. Oh, guess what? Attempted delivery failed. We'll come back some other time. I ordered a nice new chair because this one's broken. That was this segue. It came all the way back around, kind of. It came halfway around, and then I cut back. But anyways, I've been trying to get this chair for 3 weeks now, okay? And because it's this thing's been sucking, and I keep missing the same order, dude. So what I just tried for this camera is I wrote a note on the freaking sign on the door, and I said, hey, Amazon, UPS, whatever, please leave the package at the door or call this number if you need some sort of verbal confirmation. I don't care if it gets stolen. I'm begging you. Like, it was very, very pitiful. It was very, just shameless. Like, hey, please, just leave it at the door. I'm not going to make it in time. So I got it. It worked. We have a second camera. Posture check. Flex. I should have done some curls before we started. I didn't realize that was going to be so right up on me. But anyways, it's nice. It just goes to show, guys, that communication is very good for everybody involved. This might be a bit of a shorter episode. There's lots of stuff going on today. Fun, work, exciting, friends, family, NFL draft, Cleveland. But other than that, man, I wanted to cover Easter, I guess, real quick. Did you guys have a good Easter? Doesn't matter. I'm kidding. I did ask you to tell me how your whole time went. I was trying to say if there's anything fun about. There's nothing great about my Easter. Not really. I mean, not this. Sorry, Grandma. I know you're watching. Is there anything great that happened at Easter? I don't know. It's good. Lots of nice, fun, family, casual conversation. My aunt, my aunt saw this clip where someone was playing like a Nerf fight with his grandma, and she's like, "You should do that with Grandma." I was like, "Ha, that's funny." And then she brought that up to my grandma, who doesn't know what a Nerf gun is, probably doesn't know what a meme is, the internet. And so she brought that up. She's like, so Tristan's going to come with these Nerf guns, and my grandma's only hearing guns. And so she's like, what? She's like, not like a real gun, though. And she's trying to process and dissect these things. And my aunt's very excited. She's selling this fun little video to do. My grandma's so sidetracked. I felt so bad because she didn't understand at all. Now, my problem is that I always go for a bit of a one-liner, just something to say to add. I should have been more comforting. I should have helped in explaining and going, oh, no, it's a toy gunfight. It's going to be very silly. Like those videos we've done before, like we'll make a new one. It's just trust me, you'll do everything that we say. It's going to be perfect. But instead of that, she's like, wait, we're going to go into a gunfight? And I go, I'm going to smoke you. And that's all I say. And I've been thinking about that where I felt bad. Maybe I should have helped a little bit. But anyways, that was Easter. Like I said, all attention was on the baby. That's how it goes. I need to be more careful because he's becoming more realized as a person. I realize now that he might find this show in the future. Okay, a couple of years down, he's going to be able to sort of process and understand things. And I've been talking a lot of trash about you, William. I feel bad about that. Just kidding. You can go back. I meant every word. But anyways, he's great. And he's finally slowly saying, Uncle Tintin. Okay. Now, he didn't get my name right, but you know what? He got Uncle. And that's what it's all about, man. It's all about titles. I've always wanted a title, okay? And I respect the title Uncle, all right? Not a lot of people do. I remember the first time that I heard somebody call my Uncle Tom just Tom, where another one of a family members, they were dating someone, they had kids, long story. There was kids there, and they would go, hey, Tom, this. I was probably 6 or 7 years old, and I remember seething. I was foaming at the mouth. That is Uncle Tom to you, ma'am. Okay, I don't like it when you don't. That is the male man. All right, you address people by their titles, whatever they do. And I remember I genuinely, okay, and it was the first time that I remember being like, how dare you, okay, not call someone by their name. All right. And I think part of me probably also thought his name was Uncle Tom. But, yeah, I was so pissed, dude. I think about that, like, all the time. Yeah, it was Christmas Eve, I remember. And they're like, hey, Tom, what about this? And I go, I can't wait till you guys break up. You got to skedaddle. So anyways, it just goes to show that he might not get my name right, but rest assured, the part that matters is Uncle. Uncle is a title, and you get it right, baby. Literal baby. Other than that, not much. Easter was fun. It was great. Lots of scary, daunting conversations about AI, man. AI It's so powerful and handy, but creepy and scary at the same. You know what's crazy, man? It's just how we don't have AI to do anything like the hard stuff. You know, we don't have the AI that waters the plants automatically or does your taxes or does your dishes. Like the fun stuff that we want to do, we want to write, we want to create, we want to make music and voiceover and whatever. Like, well, we took that away. We figured it out. Robots can now do all the fun stuff. So now all you got to do is build a bridge. And you're like, I wanted to do less of the manual labor and spend more, you know, like with the soul stuff. You freaking, whoa. It's crazy. And that was completely in our control. You know, we went, you know, it'd be great if we stopped doing all this exciting things. Maybe what if AI wrote the book and then I went and mopped the floor? What if I was the janitor and AI friggin', you know, had all the inventions? So very cool, very fun, but it's daunting. It's scary, man. You know, they say you gotta join the race or freaking not run it. I don't know what they say, guys. I don't know sayings. But anyways, guys, I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to talk about today. It's so hot, by the way. It was snowed last week. It is 83 degrees right now. Okay, so we are immediately going back to this hot, sweaty weather. Ouch. Where everything's out of control, and I don't know how we got the AC and this freaking piece going on. So I'll keep you updated on that. If I'm sweating in the next episode, then hey, he didn't figure it out. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much everything. And if it's not, I'm sorry, but you know, who's to say what is and what isn't? But I'll see you next week with just the biggest smile on my face, unless I'm upset. And you guys have a fantastical week, and don't forget to write me in case you have anything that you want solved. Okay. Somebody break your heart? Did somebody steal your homework? Did your dog bark at the mailman again? I might just have the solution. I don't, but I'll make one up. And I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for hanging out with me. I love you. Peace.